How is everybody this fine day or evening where you are?
All right, how are you?
Yeah, so, at least that it's gotten warm here. So,
Oh, we
that's
got a
good.
cold spill here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Look at Maddie, wrapped up in a blanket in Brisbane and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think we're back down to 18, but it got to a whole 23, 24 during the week.
Oh, wow, cool.
I know. And I was like, woohoo.
Well, it's 14 here in Hawthorne at the moment.
Lovely.
Mm,
Spring weather. Mm.
yeah. All right. So, let's, without any further ado, bring ourselves up to date. Thanks to Maria's spectacular recollection of notes last week, we are again writing our own novella that at some point will be a point of reflection in the future. Um, yes, and so two of you, Wolfrel and Fisk, have pushed into this chamber where there's gears and chains and this massive shaft that plummets into darkness below you and ascends into darkness above you. And the rest of you are sort of all standing out there having a little darlings,
Mm.
having little cups of coffee, going
Cups of
Pfizer,
tea.
Pfizer, darling, Pfizer.
What do you make of this disc?
It's interesting.
So I'll just reread you the description, so that you might recall that as you came into this room, there were aromas of grease and well-oiled wood hitting your nostrils. This 10 by 20 foot room's filled with intricate machinery, except for small spaces between the stone gears and the iron chains and pulleys. On the other side of the machinery to the south is a rectangular shaft that rises up from the darkness below and continues up past this very room. Attached to the west wall is a steel plate that has an iron lever protruding from it.
So it's like a lift.
A little dumbwaiter.
Pretty big. I think I might have to pull that lever. Just because it's saying pull me.
Of course
I
it
was
is.
hoping you would do it.
Fisk will go and examine the lever.
Give me an investigation, good sir.
That reminds me of the kids' TV show, The Emperor's New Groove, and the old lady, she's like, "Pull the lever, Kronk," and then they go down the hole, and she's like, "Wrong lever."
Good memory.
Right.
Memory unlocked.
Memory unlocked.
And music.
No.
So, you see that the lever is well maintained. There seems to be no indications of any other mechanism, any unlocking mechanism, or any kind of, certainly no sort of indications of any kind of trap or trickery to the lever. It is simply a lever that is currently in the down position, and you can, through your rather incredible investigation, determine that there is an alternate up position that you could maneuver said lever into.
Lucky I got a 25.
Lucky you got a 25.
Fisk will move the lever up.
Grabbing the lever, he reaches for his dice as he does a Constitution, nothing, and throws the lever up into the up position. Immediately, a loud noise, heard by Ia, Irina, Esmeralda, and Starfire, echoes down that long hallway the four of you are in. It is a mechanical, clanking, grinding noise. Much louder for Wolfrul and Fisk, as suddenly it's almost as if you can feel a tremor, whether it's an actual tremor or whether it's just the machine as it deals with such weight. There is this as the gears are spinning, the chains are rattling, and all of a sudden, after about 10 seconds, you see fly beyond you a huge glimpse of something. Give me a perception saving throw, Wolfrol and Bernard.
For the rest of us in the hallway, if Strad comes, we heard a noise, we're investigating. And, oh, this is cool, we might take this idea back to Barovia.
So, Wolfrol, the sound of the chains captivates you, and you're watching as these chains neatly flow over this geared mechanism. The oil, the sleekness of it is fantastic, but Fisk, you see this caged box at the end of a chain fly past you as it ascends. And a second, maybe 2 seconds later, you see this block of stone, grey, dismal stone, plummet into the depths below. Suddenly,
The
machinery starts to slow. Dunk. And silence fills your ears once more.
Well, it didn't stop on our floor.
What a shame.
Obviously, you broke it.
You sure there's not a middle setting?
Oh, okay. Fuck. Level 31.
Door open. Is there any elevator music?
No, there's no elevator music. An eerie silence fills the entire castle, in fact, almost. So, let's now cut to those of you who are outside this secreted room. Starfire, Ia, having heard the strange mechanical beast roar to life and then slowly whimper and then silence, resume. What do you do?
Say, fuck, that was loud. I bet Strad heard that.
I think he's too busy.
Our cover story is, we couldn't sleep, we heard a noise, we came across the room. And oh, isn't this all very clever? We should take this back to Valakai. That's my first bit, and then I'll start to stroll towards the shaft and have a look at what they're doing and what made the noise.
As you can see, the door is already open. You see Wolfrul and Fisk looking sort of slightly startled. Fisk standing next to a lever with his hand still on it, looking into the darkness that is to the south, which is the shaft, the 10-foot by 20-foot shaft. And yeah, that's what you see.
Okay. Well, you couldn't get 2 more different rolls, could you? What a waste. Okay, I'll just say, guys, that was really, really loud. Worried Strad might have heard that. What you doing?
Just pulling levers.
Maybe let's not do that, hey?
Hang on, what are you doing, Ia? Are you still there chatting to your best buddy forever, Irina?
Yeah, we're just chilling out here, like, just talking to each other like they're fucking idiots.
Irena's going, yes, beginning to suspect so. At first I thought that you and your compatriots would provide me some incredible protection, but now I am suspecting that I am, when I see this place, I am feeling much more at home here, and I think perhaps that maybe while you play with your loud machinery, I should go and seek Lord Strahd and discuss what he intends with me. It would be,
Yeah, not a bad idea. You should go.
yeah, I think I should. It would be,
Yeah.
I think it would be worth our while to, I could gain some insight for you and come back and tell you what I discovered about him.
Yeah.
You just want to stake her, don't you? Yeah.
I'm
Once
so
she's
done with
Strahd's
that
bride.
shit. Yep.
You just want to go bite her neck, give me an excuse to stake her.
Yep, this sounds about right. Sick of her shit. She's so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say, oh damn, yeah, it sounds like a good idea, Irina. You do that
Irina
too?
gives you a nod and begins to walk to the western doors.
I knew I
Bye,
shouldn't
mate.
have let.
Okay, back to the room. What are you guys doing? Esmeralda is remaining alert, watching the two creatures that are sitting in these two chairs back over here.
Well, I don't think there's much else we can do, so we might move back. Well, move back into the corridor.
What was the cage thing that went past?
Be a lift.
But it went up, right?
Yeah.
Next floor.
I don't know.
What cage?
The cage,
They
when we
said-
pulled the lever, it's a lift, so the cage went up and the counterweight went down.
So, if it went up, do we want to have a look and see how far up it is? Is it 1 floor, 2 floors? Where did it go?
So you could go over to the edge there. There's some
that's not
chains that
me.
you would need to step over.
Just to be clear, I've seen too many movies where the fool of
The
a
lift plummets.
looks over to see where it goes and the lift takes their head off.
Yeah,
Oh, come on, Maria.
starting with the Omen.
Do you really think I'd do something like that?
You're little and quick, Dad.
You're faster than the rest of us, Fisk. And if Woofle stands behind you, maybe she can tug your coattails back if you hear it.
Yeah,
calling.
because she's totally...
TPK.
Wolf was totally on her game tonight. That's...
Yeah, I'm rolling well. Rely on me. This could be my second week of rolling really well. I did gin many 3 times today, so maybe I've used up all my luck already.
Okay, so what do we want to do? Do we want to go and find out where the lift went to? Are we just going to go, nah, it's not worth having a look at. We're not going down to the bottom levels and breaking the truce, so...
It certainly
We
went
should.
up.
But it's an interesting find.
It's a good way of sneaking around the castle if you, say, wanted to sneak around the castle, though that
Yeah.
noise is a bit
Because
disconcerting.
it's so silent.
Very,
Mhm.
very sneaky.
Or getting from one place to another very fast. But is this the only place where you can operate it? Like, it seems a bit odd that the operation is on this level, but it didn't stop here.
Maybe it just goes straight from Strahd's bedroom to the lower levels.
Mm.
It is very weird. It doesn't make sense that it didn't stop there.
While we're in this little nook having a chat quietly, just the 3 of us, it occurred to me while I was standing in here that are we sure Esmeralda is Esmeralda?
And not bitten.
Not bitten and not
Tamed.
a bone stealing doppelganger. which we've encountered before. Just thought I'd mention that. But she's probably fine.
It's a really good question, given we have had a doppelganger in the past steal bones and we still never found that person or got those bones back. That's still on our action list.
No, well, that doesn't look like it's happening.
Yeah, that scent went cold a long time ago.
I feel like God has turned his back on us in this dark place.
I think he could be right. I think one of the many gods has turned their back on us.
I don't think we inflate the ego with the word God.
Okay. What tests could we do? She didn't look like she'd been turned. She doesn't act like any of the weird consorts.
I don't know.
Silver? Garlic?
Mm.
I have some stuff in my pack, actually. Let me just have a look. I could, like, spill some holy water on her.
Just like,
Accidentally. I could offer her a drink of
Whoops.
holy water.
The only thing I spilt on you happened to be holy water. Weird, right?
Exactly.
it's not a
What
bad
have
idea.
I got? Inventory, clothes, travelers, backpack. Oh, maybe I don't. I thought I did. No, sorry. I thought I did, but I don't seem to. Escape versions.
I'll check mine while we continue on. Where is Irena?
Might have lost that stuff, actually. I turn around and I look and I see her heading off because Ia has worked her up.
Oh,
Be like,
God. Someone else's turn to give her counselling, please.
damn it, where is she? I call out to Ia, where is Irena? What did you do with her?
You had
Went
one
to join
job.
the party. She's off.
Which way did she go?
That way.
Alrighty.
That way. Excellent.
That way. I didn't see.
Esmeralda turns round and sort of calls to you, Starfire. What is beyond that door?
I answer back and go, it's a weird lift mechanism. Some sort of cage that moves up and down in a shaft.
She says.
But yeah. Can't see the point of it. It doesn't stop at this floor.
The creatures beyond this door have not moved. Perhaps we should continue to investigate while we have the opportunity, and you have your protection. For I will stay with you. Where is the other one gone?
We need to get her. Where did she go?
That way.
I'm going to go after her.
That
I'll
way.
come with you.
I'm assuming she didn't go past Esmeralda.
But she went this way. Esmeralda's there.
Esmeralda's been
Esmeralda's
checking
here.
been watching the two creatures through a crack in the door.
Yeah, I'll come with you. We'll try to find Irina, see if we can see her.
So the door is closed, but appears to be easily open. There seems to be no locking mechanism on it.
I'll open it.
You open the door. The doors open to reveal another set of double doors 10 feet ahead. Between these doors, a 10-foot wide corridor stretches north to south. Do you enter?
You said the corridor goes south, sorry? Or was it north-south?
Yeah, north-south.
Okay, north-south, okay.
Is there any sign of
There is
Irina?
not. Do you wish to enter into the corridor? Because you've only just opened the door at this point.
No, you don't.
Shall we stick our head out and have a look? If Irina went that way, maybe we can still see her, though.
Yeah.
How good's Irina? We love her.
We know it was your cunning plan to get rid of her.
Can
I
I
see not why we need her.
unsling my staff from
Mhm.
over my shoulder and poke it through the door?
Do you look beyond the door?
Do I look beyond
Do
the
you
door?
put your head through? You're just poking the staff through.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to poke the staff through for a start, seeing as we can't see Irina. And
So you poke the staff through. It just goes into the corridor. Nothing. No additional noise. No additional effects. Nothing.
can I tap it on the
Tap
floor?
it on the floor.
I'll be back in a moment.
Ia's care factor for the search of Irina has plummeted to such depths that she's decided to depart the entire circumstance. Bum, bum,
Wow.
bum.
That's because she's gone, not my
monkey.
circus, not my
That's right.
monkeys. Exactly.
Okay, I'll stick my head around the corner then.
Looking to the north or to the south? Or do you quickly do both?
Um, I'll go. I'll quickly do both.
In the quick glimpse that you acquire, you see something at the end of each hall. Maybe 20 foot either side of you. Equidistant anyway. Either end of the hall is some sort of guard standing. Do you tuck your head back in, or do you continue to now observe the said guards?
I'll observe.
You can see now that as you look to the southern one first, and as your eyesight becomes accustomed in the gloom, you can see that floating, the feet do not touch the ground, is a human skeleton clad in armor and clad in armor and livery, what is it, of a castle guard. Yeah, livery.
Livery,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Just getting used to English. It's a human skeleton
That's okay.
clad in armor and the livery of a castle guard, suspended. You look quickly to the north, you see the same. Suspended maybe 2-3 feet above the ground, these guards, now skeletons, stand at either wall.
But no sign
No
of
sign
Irina.
of Irina. There is yet, though, a double set of doors, and immediately 10 foot across from you.
I'll pull my head in, so to speak, and pass that information on to Starfire about the
Okay.
freaky floating guards, skeleton guards.
So I'm guessing she's probably gone through the double doors then. Though if she is Tatiana's reincarnation, she could probably pass the guards easily as well, right?
Yeah, assuming so.
Yeah.
And maybe we can too, because the other ones didn't seem too interested in us at all.
Completely. Should we go the double doors?
Yeah, let's go the double doors.
Okay.
Esmeralda now comes up beside you here, and she says, "What are your friends doing? Are they progressing further down this corridor, or across the way, or what is it? Should we shut that door? What do you think we should do?"
They're looking for Irina,
You mean
and I'm
she
just gonna.
touches you on the arm, and you go, "Irina? Do you mean Tatiana?"
I'm just gonna like shake her off and just be like, just look at her like, what the fuck? And just go, I don't know. And then I'm just gonna walk ahead of her because I don't trust her. Oh, she seems a bit odd.
Well, she is Vistani, for sure. They are. They
Can't
are a
trust
little
them.
odd.
Seems like she's gonna chant shit at us, and then we're all gonna like burn.
She goes. Esmeralda goes to the door and looks in and steps in for a moment, and then steps out and shuts the door behind her.
I feel like she's just a bit weird.
Okay, let's go through.
She moves up to you, Fisk, and she says, "What is your plan? What do you do? Is this how you work? You all just randomly go off, and some of you follow, and some of you disappear? What is? You do not seem like you are well organized. You do realize that you are in the heart of a vampire's home. Your very lives hang by threads." And she looks around, and she has her her weapon rapier sort of drawn, and she just sort of like moves around behind you, Fisk, as she sort of walks a little backwards, like sort of watching where you've come from.
I'll step back next to her. I don't like people behind me.
She continues to make her way, sort of looking, and comes up behind you, Starfire.
Okay. So, Esmeralda, in a nutshell, we're looking for Irina. We're going to pass through these doors. I give a wave to Fisk and Ear, and the old action of we're heading this way.
By the way, there's floating skeleton guards at each end of this hallway we're about to step into.
Yeah, so maybe just don't annoy them.
Have you ever seen anything like that, Esmeralda?
No, I have not seen. And she quickly ducks her head round. She looks left and she looks right, and she goes, "Ah, I see. They seem to be bereft of all life. Perhaps they are more decorations to Strahd's liking than anything else."
That's an interesting observation.
She goes, "I have spent some time scouting his abode, for it is my desire to prove myself to my master."
And there are lots of these sort of decorations around
Beg your
the
pardon,
place.
Nikki?
Are there a lot of decorations of that sort of nature around the castle?
I must admit I have seen little of this place so far, until I stumbled upon you and your companions. I heard Strahd's feast begin earlier this evening, and I thought, whilst he was distracted with whomever it is that he is entertaining and planning to no doubt devour, that I would take an opportune moment to sneak in from the servants' quarters, servants' access to the east, and begin to scout around and see if I could find yet some advantage to this evil, so that I may banish it from this world and take pride in my master's work again. Wow, what was that?
Well, maybe the lift's coming back.
Or
Or it
Bernard's
could
gone to
be
the toilet
some
and
tool revving outside my house.
Well, shall we? I think we need to find our friend Sally before she gets herself into trouble, more trouble than she's already in. So
Yeah.
I'm going to cross this hallway if you'll cover me, and we'll see if they're decorations or something else.
Yep. Happy to do that. I can throw some daggers or a short bow if I have to. If anything, I've still got Radiant Sunbolt.
All right. Well, I'm going to head for the double
as
doors
you
opposite.
enter into the north-south corridor, there is absolutely no response or reaction from the creatures as you look here, sort of left then right. The double doors beyond you, again, very similar to the ones you've just entered. They are not lockable, and it is almost as if you just push it open and it will close behind you.
Okay. Well, push it open.
As a party, let's go. We'll wave Fisk and
You
Ear
push
over.
open and you immediately recognize that this place was where you all danced earlier this evening.
Ah.
Oh, and I see Irina.
Indeed you do. Irina and a tall figure with a cloak draped over his shoulders. His arm
Dun,
His
dun,
arm is around
dun.
her waist. The two of them are looking out through the window across the stormy lands of Barovia to the west. You can see the hills and the roads, and perhaps even in a break in the weather, perhaps you even make out the dim glow of Valaki. Or perhaps it is some other fires or village in between. You see that Irina is leaning her head softly against this figure's strong and prominent shoulders.
Oh dear.
"Come, my friends,"
Shall we?
says Strahd as he turns. And as he turns, he moves Irina with him in a perfect sort of almost dance-like move as he moves her around. And you can see that her hand is on Strahd's chest, and her other hand now is around his waist. And you can see that she looks at him, and then she turns back to you and looks wistfully, and she goes, yes, and my companions for the journey who have brought me safely here. My lord and I thank you. And Strahd goes, oh, my darling Irina, it is with such wonderment in my heart that I must owe this debt to these fine young and most able protectors who have seen you safely through these dark lands to finally come home, my darling. And he points around as in the background lightning and thunder clashes, and the sky is ripped by lightning.
Oh, well, that's her done. I roll my eyes at Wolfrel.
Irina, you're here with us under a truce. You need to just take a little step back, come back to Barovia with us, and have a little think. You don't want any buyer's remorse here. You know, there's a cooling off period on all vampires.
Strahd looks at you with a unemotional, bland stare. you're hard pushed to say whether what you just said upset him, intrigued him, or just plain played out as background hum as he holds his beloved even closer. And he then speaks. It is true. She has finally come home to Barovia. My darling, separated by many lifetimes, but at last we are together. And I beg that you take counsel from these most wonderful and strong protectors who have delivered you here, and that you do sleep and consider my offer to make you my lady, my other half, as we rule this land together, and perhaps are set free through the sacrifice of one of your friends here.
What?
Right, so that's happening. Now,
This
what's the
could be
rest
a
of you doing? Because you're still several doors behind.
okay. I'm standing inside the room. I move inside the room with Wolfroll.
I'm just gonna say the rest of us just creep
Esmeralda,
behind.
hearing Strahd's voice, moves to the corner like this and sort of indicates to you, Fisk, that you can go or stay. But she goes, I'm not going in.
At this stage, I'm staying.
Coward.
So that
I
sounds
moved
like a
in.
good plan, Irina. You should come back and join us.
Did someone say something about a sacrifice?
Strahd
Yeah,
I'd like some elaboration on
chuckles.
that.
He goes,
that's Cage.
You have all come here. You are still under my protection, and you are free to explore my castle, as I have said before. The upper levels are yours to roam and to, make yourselves feel very much at home. You have done me a great favor in delivering my darling Irina. Tatiana, it is really her, to me after such a long and horrible time apart. For I owe you a great debt. You have been nothing but honourable to my darling. You have been nothing but honourable to me this evening. You have taken advantage to explore my home, which I am quite proud of, and I hope you find acceptable. And I hope that you shall consider that Tatiana will one day sit here next to me. And he points down to the throne that is sort of to the south there, and will sit next to me.
I thought, I'll ask Strahd, I thought that if Tatiana joined you and one of us replaced you, that you would leave Barovia, that you wouldn't rule Barovia.
This is true, but as of yet, none of you have proven your worth to replace me. Perhaps one of you will. Perhaps one of you will betray the others in an attempt to do so. But
What are you looking for, though, in somebody to take over? Because you didn't quite mention any criteria for this takeover.
My darling, your family, your
This seems like a shutdown, a rejection letter.
It does, doesn't it?
your provenance, my dear, has lineage perhaps untold or unfathomed as to how you might be here, but Argon Vosshalt, yes, perhaps this is what has drawn you and your companions around you to this very land. What you fail to understand, my dear, is the choice is not up to me, but is in the hands of my captors, for you think that I am here by my choice? I should be gone from here. You have all made pacts with them yourselves, and some of you have made pacts that far exceed the others. It is not up to me, my darling. If it was up to me, Irina and myself, my gorgeous Tatiana, and he turns and takes both her hands, and he actually gets down on one knee now and looks up at Irina. or Sally, or Tatiana, take your choice. And he says, for we would find true love wherever we are, ruler of this land for an indemnable eternity, or a fleeting moment as peasants amongst the mud in the fields. For my heart belongs to her. And he then stands up and he goes to kiss her. And she...
Can I?
Yes?
I'll just try and interrupt him. I'm like, no, that. Hang on, wait a minute. There are details here, because I want to query how the mechanics work. I mean, if one of us goes, I'm going to take over from you. How does that process happen? Do we just wait around?
He stops just as he's about to close his lips upon hers. She is in this sort of trance. You see that she perhaps is even charmed by him. She's like, she's just there still, waiting for the kiss to occur. Strahd then turns to you and he goes, you do not understand. I have told you now this evening so many times, and it tires me. I am but a prisoner here. It is not my choice as to who replaces me. I only hope that one of you, who conspires to do so, meets with the approval, and my release is forthcoming. But that is all yet to be seen, and as much as I wish that I could foresee it, and that I could promise my darling that we shall be free of this place, and free of this eternal torment, and that finally we may embrace each other for eternity, however brief this mortal coil gives us. But what you must understand is that there are powers here in this land far, far more complicated and conniving and evil than even the peasants of this land consider I capable of. And with that, he turns back to Irina and he says, my darling, I want you in the purest of form. I beg with you, spend this evening with your friends and know that all of this can be yours. Yeah.
No, Strad, sorry, one more question.
Yes?
I know, I'm interrupting a lot. So just asking for a friend, maybe Irina, are you going to give up all of your consorts for Irina? Now that you've found your one and only, are you going to be true to her forever, or is she going to have to deal with all your consorts? There's a safety issue here. There is a safety issue because I think some of your consorts are going to try and kill her. Hence, we think we should be protecting her.
Strahd immediately drops Irina's hand, and before you even know it, he is centimeters from your face.
Ooh, good.
And he looks at you, and he studies your draconic form. He looks at a penetrating stare through you. You feel a tingle against your flesh, having him arrive so quickly. It's almost as if there's a static electricity or some sort of charge in the air. And he looks now slowly closing in on your eyes. And he says, they are but nothing. I created them. I undo them. They serve a purpose.
Cool.
And should one of them even consider to harm my darling, or consider to break my word to you, then I will assure you that they will cease at my very own hand. And he raises up his hand and he places it around your neck, and you feel this cold chill. And he gives a gentle squeeze, and then he lets go, and he says, If you suspect anything, what I do know is that you have delivered Tatiana to me, and that you have her safety at your heart. These are two things that we are agreeable on. I have given you protection. I have been impressed with all of you. Your actions and deeds so far, the way that you have protected her. And he now glances slightly beyond Starfire and looks to the being standing behind her when he says, all of you have protected her. And your eyes meet here, and a cold chill runs from the tips of your horns to the bottom of your tail, as he then returns his gaze to Starfire and says, enjoy tonight. Leave tomorrow afternoon. The couch will be ready as I have promised you. You have 24 hours in my home. Sunset to sunset. Beyond the morrow's sunset, I cannot provide you any protection. Yet I promise you this. Should Irina decide to stay at her own accord, then you are discharged of your duty to protect her, and you will be free to leave this domain as I have promised you. Should you, and now he looks to Wolfrall. Oh my god, what the fuck is all going on? I don't know, what the fuck's going on there?
Does a truck just go through Maria's house?
I think a truck just did go through Maria's house.
Probably.
As he turns to Wolfrall and says, as I have promised, you but only need to hand over what is rightfully mine. And between what you do and Tatiana's decision at her own will to stay, you are discharged of all obligations to me, and you are provided free passage back to your home. And with that, Strahd turns and begins to walk down towards his throne. He stands on it and he says, my darling Tatiana, I bid you a good evening. Stay close to your loyal friends. And Irina just sort of starts to look very confused as if she doesn't understand what is happening. And Strahd then just stands there next to his throne and awaits for your next action.
I'm going to go and grab Irina gently by the arm and steer her away, looking to Starfire to see which way we think we should go next.
So you've got the stairs going back down. You have the room where the accountant guy, remember, came out?
Yeah.
And you have Strahd's castle and this large window here, out of which, of course, you can see the the various wild sort of thunder clashes and lightning as it crashes across the scenery.
I'll lead her back towards where Ear and Starfire are.
Okay, so Irina is sort of a little confused. She goes, what is happening? Oh, and she looks back towards Strahd, and
I'll get between them.
he basically is just watching you all, and he says, please take the stairs or go back the way you came. It is of no concern to me.
Okay. Shall we go to our rooms and get some sleep before morning?
No, let's explore. That's why we're here.
I thought you wanted to wait to really explore in the morning once he was asleep.
What time's the cart coming though?
Afternoon, he said.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have 24 hours. So remember, you arrived here just as darkness fell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the coach will depart exactly 24 hours later. So just basically at just after sunset.
So that he can convince Irina to stay. Probably.
Probably, definitely.
Well, he's
So
just
maybe
he's
sleep
given
now,
you
explore
he's
later.
given you a full 24 hours of his protection in his home, with the following rules: that you do not take
Don't
any
go
kind
low.
of deadly offensive action, you do not destroy any of his property, and you do not go below the ground floor.
Mhm.
The rest of the castle is yours to explore, he says.
Sweet.
Well, maybe we should go back the way we came in case we left anything along the way that we need to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Like a small halfling.
I left a flask somewhere back there, and I don't want to leave it lying around in here.
Strahd walks across and he goes, I bid you a good night. I hope that you all sleep well. My chamberlain will be available for you should you have any requirements. If the rooms are not comfortable enough, or the food in the morning is not to your satisfaction, please just but mention it to my chamberlain, and he shall endeavour to improve the circumstances. And with that, he then steps through the door and disappears.
You know what we forgot to do? Sorry, eating chocolate. We forgot to ask about Cage.
Oh, well. Cage is gone.
It sounds like Cage's resume has been rejected if he's still looking for a new replacement. What a surprise.
So he would fit the criteria. He's the darkest of all of us, right?
I feel bad about leaving Cage behind here. No, he's made a bad mistake. I think we should try to get him out.
And as lawful good, I agree. We should try and help our fellow party member, even though he may not want us to. Okay. Right. So we will go back towards Fisk then. So moving this way. Grabbing Irina as we go.
Come on, Irina. Don't wander off like that again.
Irina comes. Esmeralda goes, was that Strahd I heard?
Yeah.
We must seek shelter and wait until the dawn, and it is safer for us to find where he rests and then dispatch him from this mortal world.
Yeah, we're good, mate. We're gonna go sleep in our chambers that we've been assigned. But you have fun.
Maybe you should try to come with us in the morning somehow, Esmeralda, and head back to...
I feel that this is what I should do. I feel that we were meant to meet each other. There's a strong feeling that in my Vistani blood that this was meant to be.
Maybe you can hide in a basket at the back of the carriage before dawn or before dusk, and then you're already there when we depart.
You said that you
Classic.
have been in touch with my master? Then yes, this is much what we must do.
Okay.
He'll be happy to see you. Irina.
So what are you doing here? You're still in the room?
I'm just behind Wolfrel. I've just
So
migrated.
Starfire, you're in the
I'm not
corridor.
really interested in what's going on.
Yeah, okay, cool. Alright. So both of you are in the corridor with the two... No, he has now moved.
I said I was behind Wolfrel.
Okay.
picture that was done on with Maria.
Sorry?
We love the little rustling, bustling, getting all cozy.
Goddamn leather couch. It's so noisy. Sorry.
So shall we just go back up to the sleeping quarters then? So I don't think there's not gonna be much out we can do if he knows, like he obviously knows we're around. There's not gonna be anything that he's hiding from us.
Mm.
And I also think that Esmeralda's a bit like not quite all there in the head. I'm not saying this, just saying this.
She's
You
a bit
know?
intense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's, had the Kool-Aid.
She drank from the Kool-Aid? Yeah.
Not quite there.
I wonder what Strad meant by some of us have made bigger deals with his captors than others.
I think he's talking about Cage.
Or it could be that maybe Ears cast more than one spell.
Just quickly showing
Yeah.
you what Esmeralda looks like. I'm not sure if I've done
Or
that.
pack. Yep.
Now that you've
Yep.
had a little bit of a chance to look at her.
Shiver wooden leg.
No, it's just scrappy boots by the looks of it.
Certainly looks different to our other boot.
One awesome boot and one shit boot.
Mm. Maybe it's a fashion choice, though.
She notices that you're looking at it here, and she sort of moves uncomfortably to sort of place it behind her other leg that looks more normal.
Yeah, it's wood. Ezzy. What are we gonna do with you?
Can I go over to Irina and ask her if I could see her neck?
She says, "Of course, very wise of you," and she brings back her collar, and she looks and she goes, "I see that your friends have now noticed my prosthetic leg. You must know that many years ago, in one of my various missions for my master, that I was bitten by a werewolf below the knee. I avoided the lycanthropy by cutting my own leg off. And so, since then, I commissioned a master artisan to craft this leg, you'll see." And she taps it on the stone of the castle. And she says,
Wow.
It's hardcore.
she goes, "You must understand, I am dedicated to hunting the vampires and all the evil that this land has. Check my neck. You will see no scar. Yes, you will see that I am deformed in my leg, but it is a result of me saving myself so that I may bring darkness finally to those who are evil in their heart."
Oh, well, thank you for sharing. That's very reassuring.
With that, she begins to sort of move down towards Fisk, and she looks at him with a sort of sly smile. It's quite apt actually, because like Bernard's just like a head in my screen. It's like it's like quite short. So it's like she looks down at Fisk, and she says, "You understand, yes?
I understand. I do.
One must not be afflicted by the darkness."
Indeed, one must not.
Irina goes, "Shall we? Are we turning in for the night, or?"
Yeah.
I'm so confused. At times, I think that I should just run off and be with him. At others, he scares me so. And he grabs Starfire, grabs your arm, and sort of hugs tight to it.
I'll pat her reassuringly and go, I know. This is why you need to come back with us and have a think. And I would suggest if it is a positive for Strad, then you need a really strong prenuptial contract around those consorts, the money, all of it, doll.
She goes, do you think that the others hold some danger to me?
Oh, hell yeah. Yep, I saw the way they were looking at you over dinner. It would be unwise for you to not have protection here. I think stay with us for now till you sort out all the details.
She moves away from the door and sort of puts herself now between Wolfrul, Starfire, and Ia, and she goes, yes, I agree. I feel very uneasy in this place. Let's just go. Let's just move, she says.
Okay.
Vamonos. Okay,
Well, I'll try to hold that thought until we get back to Wachterholt too, because you think you should actually get out of the castle with us, come back to the town and have a think there, where you're outside his influence and you know that you're thinking your own thoughts. We might just have to remind her of that repeatedly.
She nods in agreement, and Esmeralda is sort of studying all of you now.
Okay. So, Irina, let's go and turn in, shall we? We'll get some sleep and then we can explore in the morning when there's sun. How's that? Mm-hmm. Maybe even take a turn around the garden.
Sounds wonderful.
Good idea.
So, what are you guys going to do now?
I vote we go back to our rooms rather than creeping around while Strad and his consorts are still awake. And get some sleep and then creep around during the day when they're in their coffins.
Yeah. You know, when we were in our rooms and you guys were all getting dressed, I went for a little explore for a while, and I found my way up to this balcony that led across to another turret by a bridge. It was a very precarious bridge, but I didn't cross it because I didn't want to go too far away on my own. But that might be somewhere we want to check out tomorrow too, if not tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds like a good plan.
I'm still listening, guys, so if you need to ask questions...
That's okay. I was going to say, which way... Sorry, you go.
There was also a door when I went up those stairs that I listened at, and I could hear cats, but I didn't open that door. I just kept going up to the top of the turret.
Cats?
Cats?
Purring. I think it was purring I heard. Anyway, just so you know, in case you need to know.
Okay. Okay.
Right, should we make our way?
Yeah. We're off. We're going to sleep now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're in this hallway, in the King's Hall. As I said, this sort of 20-foot high hall has a dark vaulted ceiling and doors at either end, and that secret door now that you know is halfway along the southern wall. There is that low moan that seems to travel the length of the corridor. It rises and falls, remember? And there's those pulleys up above.
Which, now that we've been in that secret room, maybe aren't related. Do I think they're related to the mechanism in the secret room that we found?
Could be.
Or separate?
I've lost my sense of being in this castle. Were the rooms... Could we get to our rooms this way through the ballroom?
The throne
Could
room.
we go
Yeah.
that way? Yeah, through the throne room.
Can I do a quick investigate of that moaning sound
Yeah,
before
sure.
we
Give me an
leave?
investigation. It seems to be the wind. There seems to be a draft that sort of runs from one door to the other, and it's this sort of, you know, low moan that obviously the great sort of area over the chapel where, you know, you were down in the chapel area, you might recall, and then you came up, and then there was that sort of balcony where the two creatures were sitting in those chairs looking out. Maybe it's something with such a great large space, drawing the air, drawing the wind through the cracks in these doors, but there's certainly a low moan that sort of with the wind. Kind of like Bernard just there. It's like he's actually getting lower. It's like he's sinking. Are you sinking, Bernard? We just see your mustache now.
Colbert's falling on
What's
his
going
back.
on?
What you doing?
He's disappearing.
I don't know.
What are you doing?
What you doing?
Being weird.
And anything.
Just
Where
getting
are you playing? Are you at
Because
Maddie's
I'm on
place?
the
No.
surface.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not in my normal.
Oh, so he's at your
decked
place,
out
Maddie.
lair.
So you could just go over and hit him.
Mhm.
Oh, perfect. All right,
Mhm.
excellent. That's good to know.
Yep.
What are you
But
doing?
Maria's got a cat in
I'm
the head. This
operating
is
off
great.
the
I love it. Awesome.
God. There's just like no respect in this house, is there? No respect.
All right, crew, what are you doing?
Casey?
Esmeralda
Shall we
says,
head back the way we came?
I think this is wise. I think we should stay together, and I will accompany you to your rooms and secrete myself under your bed or covers.
That sounds like a great plan.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So where are you
let's
going to go?
back the way we came because we don't want to take her past Strahd inadvertently, do we?
No.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Let's head back.
Okay, Fisky, I'm going to keep the two girls close to you.
Oops.
Through the door.
So you come back into this area, the sculptured stone railing enclosing this long balcony overlooking Ravenloft's chapel. The two ornate thrones stand side by side, and you see the two creatures that occupy them staring lifelessly out to the east, lightning flashing across the stained glass.
I wonder if Irina could bring them with us and have them protect us if we need any extra protection.
That's a very good idea.
Irina says, I
Do you
feel
wanna-
I do not want them with us. They are not alive.
You won't be if we don't protect you.
She
You could
runs.
set them
She moves towards you
To
and
guard
goes,
our door.
"Iya, my darling, you have done such a good job so far. Please trust me. I have no ill will towards you or your friends. You have looked after me so well these last few weeks. I feel as if you are but family, my darling."
Fangirl.
Righto. I'm just gonna do the awkward like, and then I'm just gonna move forward because that was just uncomfortable.
She steps back and she looks at you and she is expressionless. And she turns very slowly and then moves up next to Fisk.
Yeah, because that was weird. We can all agree that was just awkward. Let's not do that shit again.
All right.
Let's continue.
I'm just waiting for Irene to catch up. I don't want to let her out of my sight again.
Yeah, I'm hanging back
Yeah.
as waiting for her. It's like, come on, Irina. Okay, now we go down the
Right,
stairs.
you about to go down the stairs as well? Alright.
Don't I not just move there?
Just give me a sec. I'll just make sure, and we'll move down the stairs. Down the stairs.
What if we got Irina to ask them to go and find Cage? And wonder if they could bring him to the front door at dark tomorrow night for us. I wonder how complex a command they would follow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody got their guys sorted?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just quickly checking in where my son is. He's on the Young Endeavour tonight. He set sail from Newcastle. Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Oh,
Nice.
that's great.
What's that?
That's a sailing ship. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Where is he sailing
Newcastle,
from?
and he docks at my work in 11 days' time. Yeah.
Really?
Out my window.
Handy.
Hey.
Is he looking forward to it?
He's, very. Yeah,
He's
big,
excited.
fantastic opportunity. I mean, wow, pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
So Irina and Esmeralda then sort of sticking mostly with Fisk. Certainly Esmeralda's staying pretty close to Fisk. You find yourselves back down in the chapel. You've come through that small sort of entryway, and now the dim light as the lightning flashes around in the mountains to the east. You can see the stained glass illuminating the ancient chapel of Ravenloft. Above you, you're very conscious of the balcony, and your thoughts move to the two dark shapes sitting in the chairs above you. Benches lay about this chapel. The altar, and as you remember, a cloaked figure draped over the altar. Now,
Is that the one with the
black
mace?
mace lying on the floor near its feet. Because from memory, no one picked the mace up. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. Someone get that mace.
I'm scared of the mace.
Yeah,
It's
just
just
a
here.
mace.
Yeah,
Here
Irina.
it is. There's the mace.
Get it. I get it.
I kind of want it, but I'm kind of scared.
Don't be scared.
I'm happy with my little statue. It makes me feel happy.
Can I have the mace?
Now, so can I just
Yeah, you can
confirm,
get the
Maria, you
mace.
still have the statuette that you took? Yeah.
Yep, I do. I'm feeling all warm and lovely
And you've
with my
added
little
that to your
statue.
equipment? Yeah.
I should have. I'm pretty well, actually, I wrote it into the notes, but in terms of equipment, no. I haven't in that way. Sorry,
Yeah,
I need to
hang
find
on,
out what it was
I'll
called
quickly add it
again.
while you guys work out what you're doing.
Oh, okay, thank you. So we were going back to the bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So we're moving this way, following Fisk, right, to go back to where we need to get to the bedroom.
Do you think
Yeah.
did these stairs go up over here?
Yeah, there were stairs going
Yeah,
up,
we
weren't there?
remember I went up them a little bit, came back down.
Mm. You don't want to go back that way?
Well, I thought you
We,
wanted to go to bed.
are we going up to go to bed?
I don't think that was leading to the bedrooms, though, was it? It was leading to another tower or something. But Fisk could be like, sure that leads to the bedrooms.
No, that's when I went up and told you what. Went to one of the platforms. He said it just keeps
I
on
know.
going.
I remember. It doesn't lead to the bedrooms.
No.
So, Fisk, you're at the doors? You're at
Mate,
the
did you
doors?
get the mace?
Ia, what are you doing? Are you getting the mace?
Yes.
Wait,
You
I'm
tell
getting
me
the
how you do
mace.
it.
I just feel this like call to it, and I just reach out and pick it up with my little hands.
Do you have little hands like me?
No, I got big hands.
Then why?
That's
Huh?
a really weird conversation to overhear.
Does Ia have clawed hands?
Yeah.
Just give me 2 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. Are you proficient with the mace?
I don't think so.
You've got time.
If we get out of here.
So you remember what it looks like,
That's
yeah?
true.
Yeah. No, I'm not proficient
It
with
should
them.
be. It's like a simple martial
no.
weapon, isn't it?
If it's a simple weapon, then yes.
It's just a mace.
But
So you pick it up.
yeah.
You smash things with it.
As you pick it up, you feel a little tremor
Ow.
of terror run from the top of your spiny head all the way back down through your tail. It's different to the one that you felt before. That was a chill. This is an actual ripple of terror. Yet somehow now, in your two-handed grip on this thing you've picked up, you feel warmth. You feel like as if you now project the terror. And suddenly you see it almost indistinguishably glow a very soft lava red and then turn back to its cool, inactive, heavy and threatening self.
Cool. Is it is it magic?
You can check your Facebook chat and add the appropriate weapon at a time of your choosing, with all its benefits and distractions. Okay, Ia picks up the mace.
Bum bum bum.
Bum, bum, bum. What are you guys doing? You're just spreading around the chapel. Oh.
I'm just waiting for everyone, and then we'll head this way.
Esmeralda
through the door.
whispers to you, "Are they always like this?"
Unfortunately, they are. It is so annoying.
You seem to have a... And she stops as you enter into the corridor and doesn't continue the conversation as you've moved away. So what are you guys doing? Where are you going? What are you doing?
To our
Your
rooms.
dirty rooms. Dun dun dun. That's what we like. We like the rooms.
Think, where did you ping me about that statue? Was that in Facebook?
Me? Who?
I need to find my phone. Yeah, last time I was just
I've
I was looking
added
through
it
the
to your
stuff
character
in.
sheet, so yeah, already.
Have you?
And I've attuned you to it.
Let me have a look. It wasn't coming up when I looked for it, which is really weird. Ah, it has come up now. Alrighty, that's a handy thing to have.
Hang on. Give me a sec. Oh, don't like that. That's not good. What's going on there? Fisky. Arena. Overall. There we go. Okay, good. Oh yeah, that's actually bad. Sorry. Just give me another sec. I'm really sorry, guys. Just bear with me.
That's
all right.
okay.
I just need a minute. I'll be right back. I'll just stick with Irina when she moves with the rest of
Alright,
them.
sorry, I just had to do some outering, and now I'm back. Okay. Alright, so you guys have moved to the end there. Okay, so Irina and Esmeralda continue to move with you. And, oh, where's everyone else? Ia's still back there. What's going on,
Oh,
Ia?
sorry. Lazy.
Starfire?
I'm just reading the.
She's having a moment with her staff.
Yeah. Having a bit of a moment.
What are you looking
What?
at?
Oh.
All right.
So the doors are again shut.
We'll open the doors and move forward.
Meow.
So you're back into the entryway. This is where you were met by the Chamberlain, Rahadin, who was gifted the name von Zarovich, as you may recall from the dinner conversation.
Yep.
Yes, he's one of Strahd's family.
The stairs to the north climb into the darkness, and you hear again a giggle and a laugh and a moan
Oh
of
dear
pleasure
God.
echoing down.
So we're heading up the stairs, everyone?
Yep.
Up the which stairs?
Is it the north stairs to our bedrooms?
Cool. Do you guys remember how you got to your bedrooms?
I
Really?
think it was up that way, wasn't it?
I think so.
Hmm.
Yeah, either that or it was to the south east.
Starfire's going to run ahead and have a look. None of this is actually looking familiar, but you know.
I'm sure we'll find them eventually.
It's like,
So the massive stairs rise to a landing, which you and Wolfall Starfire are now on. 20 feet by 40 foot long. Stone arches support a ceiling covered with frescoes 20 feet overhead. The frescoes depict armoured knights on horseback. Their finer features clearly looking like Strahd and his kin galloping across the lands. At the end of the south wall, staircases rise into darkness. Between the staircases, twin alcoves, each one containing a standing suit of armour, clutching a mace, the business end of which is shaped like a dragon's head. Words engraved on the arches above the suit of armour have been scratched out.
This doesn't look like the way to our bedrooms.
Can I tell what the words were?
I beg your pardon. So are you heading towards that suit of armour close to you? Their stuff on?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I? Having a nosy.
With a mace with a head like a dragon. How can
I
you
know.
resist?
Exactly. It's like, oh, that looks like home.
As you step towards it, I need you to do a dexterity saving throw.
Damn it. Hang on. Shame. Okay, dex saving. Let's go. Dun, dun, dun.
As you
Obviously
step towards
feeling
it, your
dexterous.
finely tuned reactions, you feel a pressure plate underneath you begin to activate, and suddenly, almost puppet-like, the suit of armour leans forward with the mace flailing in thin air in front of you. It then stops, and you hear a mechanical noise as it winds back slowly.
Oh, cool trick. I'll be like, Woofle, look at this cool trick. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
We could have some fun with the others.
Well, that it was you and not me. I don't have any dex.
I'm like, okay, I don't remember passing this on the way to the bedrooms.
No.
I think we must have come the other way.
What are the words that were scratched out on their armour though? Can you tell?
Around the
Let me
corner,
have-
suddenly Rahadin appears.
We're going, hey, Rahadin, we've forgotten where the bed chambers are.
Rahadin says to you, he says, you must accept my sincere apologies. I hope you are not hurt by these frivolous entertainments that we have here in the castle. Please.
Oh no, that was fun.
I appreciate it. Please do step carefully. I will remind the master that perhaps he should warn his guests to step carefully and be on the lookout for such merriment that my master finds here. Are you lost, my dears?
Yes, we are. We ran up the stairs to just check. We've forgotten where the bedrooms are. Sorry.
It is late and you have drunk much tonight. Please, let me take you to the bedrooms, yes?
Fantastic.
It will be my esteemed pleasure to do so. Let us descend back down, for I do not wish to disturb my master by intruding into his domain. Shall we? Shall we go back down the stairs?
Sounds great. I'm guessing we were heading up towards Strahd's bedroom, so that was a bad mistake.
So Rahadin moves to the tops of the stairs. Starfire?
Rahadin's an elf, isn't he?
I beg your pardon?
Well, Hardin's an elf, isn't
Correct, and very much alive. He's not a creature of the night.
he? Can I speak to him in Elvish and ask him how he stays here away from the natural world?
I
And
hear
does he,
I am here to serve my master. His father was very important to me, and my entire life is dedicated to protecting his son and serving him as he sees best, for that is my lot in life. And he begins to then continue to slowly move down. And at this particular point, can I get someone please to roll just a natural 20-sided dice for me? Anyone will do.
A natural.
Or just a 20-sided dice. Just roll 20-sided dice for me. 7. 7 plus
Too
7.
slow, mate.
14.
Soz, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say. Look at that.
20?
As quick as anything, Ia, you notice that behind you, Esmeralda dives next to the statue, the gargoyle statue that is next to the door. And she sees Rahadin come down. Rahadin continues down.
Can I keep talking to him in Elvish? As we're going?
Yep, you can. And he comes, I'm just going to move him here. He brings you down into here. Now remember, these doors here were where you had dinner. And Rahadin is now taking you to the
I remember
stairs.
those ones. Oh, okay.
Do you recall going up these stairs at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I get it.
So, if you're...
So we've heard that Strahd had a brother. Did you serve him too?
The tale of Sergei is a sad one, he says in Elvish to you. And I suggest that you do not explore it here in the company that you keep. And with that, he then says, please ascend here, and you shall find your accommodations at the top of the tower. And with that, he then steps back and awaits for you to all depart. Standing there, basically.
Okay, yawn, up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So sleepy. Thanks for Hardin.
Thank you.
All
Good night.
right, so making your way up the stairs. Fluttering torches in iron sconces illuminate this spiral staircase. You notice a chill wind rushing down the circling stairway, seemingly to kill the very heat of the torches. Up you go, up and up and up, until you finally ascend.
Can we hear anyone following us?
And you, I've just put you, but here is where you've ascended, and then you've come up. Wolfrel recognises those additional stairs up here, but this door here is where you are now all in your quarters.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And so these little green things, those are our comfy couches to sleep
and
on?
there's a door here into a bedroom, you might remember, as well, where there was a couple of beds. Yeah, and then there was like a change room and shower and all that sort of thing here.
Okay, I'll come into the bedroom to dive onto one of the beds with my big dragon form. Like, I want one of those beds. That one's got my name written all over it.
You notice that one of them is already occupied.
I'm like, oh, cage. Hello.
Gee.
A sleeping figure, snoring
Mm.
softly, lies in the bed.
Someone cut its throat.
Mm-hmm. Should we inspect his neck?
I think that's a really good idea.
Who's going to do that?
I will.
Do you want us to hold him down, or are you going to do this subtly?
What do you think? I'll try subtle. Maybe
Okay.
be ready to back me up if he springs at me with bat wings or something.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Is that an investigation, Duncan?
You're on mute, Dunk.
Fisk, where'd you go?
I don't know.
You were just there.
Frisk suddenly disappeared.
I just vanished.
He did. Oh no, there you are. You're underneath
Yeah.
Starfire. What's going on there? Starfire's trying to go into bed. Fiski's
Hey,
getting
Starfire.
frisky. Hey?
I
Easy.
called it first, man. I called that first.
Frisky.
Ew.
Sneak in and
Ooh,
steal my bed.
dragon scales. Oof.
Scratchy.
Don't get them caught between your teeth. Oh, terrible. All right. So who's going over to Cagey? Cage.
Wolfroll.
Yep.
She's volunteered.
What are you doing, Wolfroll? Describe it to me.
I'm going to lean over his sleeping form and just hesitate and make sure he's still sleeping.
And?
And then I'm going to, if he doesn't move or change his breathing pattern, I'm going to reach for his collar and then just gently move it aside if he has a collar on to see his neck.
So you can
It's assuming
see
he got
you
bitten
can
there.
see this side of his neck. He's got like a nightshirt on. One that you don't recognise. It looks as if it's silk. Peering down.
He's upgraded.
Are you going to touch him or roll over, or are you just looking at this side of his neck?
Is there any sign of anything on that side of his neck?
No, there is not.
Can I see his wrists?
You can see he's sleeping like this, so you can see 2/3 of a bottom of the wrist.
I think I'm going to give him a good shake, wake him up and say, Cage, what have you been up to?
He grunts and groans and suddenly bolts upright. You see that his eye is no longer black. He looks at you.
Dun, dun, dun.
He looks at you, startled and confused for a moment. And then he slumps back down and goes, "Oh, what do you want? Is it dawn already? Are we leaving?"
You've been with the vampires. Like, we want to make sure what has happened to you. What has happened to you?
Oh, he sits up and he swings himself round and his feet go on the land. You see that he's now wearing a fine silk nightgown. It appears that he's wearing nothing else but this fine silk nightgown. And you now can see either side of his neck and you see no marks. He looks at you a little confused and he goes, "Yes, why didn't you come up for the dancing and the music and the drinks with Strad? We are his guests, he's our host. Most rude of you all. Must I do everything to carry you all?"
Dude, we did come up for a short period and then we left.
Yes, but then we went upstairs to continue the party, and oh, I must say, oh, whilst they might be undead fiends, they certainly know how to have fun. And he slumps back against the bed, flops back down, and he says, You know, for a moment I thought that they would tear me from limb to limb and devour me, and but they were nothing but gracious in their gifts to me. And he has a sly sort of smirk on his face, and he goes, "What is the time? Is it time to go, or is it still time to sleep?"
Time to sleep, but we were concerned about you. So we wanted to make sure you're okay.
I am more than okay. I have imbibed with them. I have partaken in, let's just say, rather interesting ceremonies, as they say. But you can rest assured that I am not bitten.
Okay.
I have not turned against you, and I have only thought I was doing the right thing to distract them and keep them entertained while you snuck off and did your things, or B, explore what options there are here in this home of Strahd.
And what did you learn while you were busy doing that? Anything?
Well, yes, and he sits back up now.
Talk.
He goes, the one known as Anastasia. He looks around the room and realizes that there's just the three of you in there.
Mm.
This is where I mute Maddie. She's not listening anyway. What's she doing? You're doing geography homework. What are you doing?
No, I'm just writing my notes about what I can do with my mace. Calm down.
You might need to refocus her, Duncan.
Says Fisk.
Oh.
Says Bernard. Oh my god.
What?
What?
Hot kettle.
Kettle. Yeah, make sure you don't trip over the black kettle there, Maddie, on the way into the living room. Oh my god. From Fisk. So Cage, he goes, Anastasia. She, I believe she plots to undo all we have done in bringing the Baron's daughter here, keeping her safe. I fear that she might betray Strahd's trust and covenant this very eve. We should make sure that... Where is she? Where is Irina? Has something befallen her? And Cage stands up now.
No, she should be okay, but let's just check the room. Oh, hang on. I gotta go answer the door. Bear with me.
That was Irina.
But yeah.
Ringing the bell.
Quite possible.
So, do you open the door to show Cage, Irina, and Esmeralda? Oh, sorry, not Esmeralda. Irina in the other room?
Yep.
Hang on, weren't you out in the other room before?
Yeah, it was. And I moved in.
Right, so Irina now comes to the door with Ia, her best friend forever. And Cage looks at... Cage looks at Irina with a very sort of...
Why do we... Oh, we're snapping. That's what it is.
What?
We're snapping into the little squares. You can't just move freely.
Yeah, I know, that sucks, yeah. I wish you could turn that off like on Encounter Plus, where you can just have them anywhere. Oh, shite. Where are you going?
Because there's not that many squares in this space.
I know, I've lost the ear again. There we go. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's quite annoying. I'll see if I can fix that later. So, Cage then sort of just stares blankly at Irina. And says nothing.
What's wrong, Cage?
Says nothing for maybe 10-15 seconds. Just looks at her. He says, I'm tired. I think we should sleep. And he
Righto.
says, I had assumed that you were off exploring the castle, so when they had finished their merriment, I retired here. I thought I would take one of these single beds. Is that to everyone's satisfaction?
Mm-hmm.
He lies down and he then looks over and he goes, Irina, my dear, I think it is best that you perhaps stay in this room too.
Something's odd.
Why is that, Cage?
Irina sort of moves forward and she goes, she moves towards Cage and she says, will you protect me?
Ew.
And Cage sort of goes, Irina, I have sworn my life to protect you. Stay in
I
the...
don't think any of us swore our lives.
He ignores
our best.
Iya's outburst. It's as if he just doesn't even hear it. It's not even a trigger or a twinkle.
Could you try again?
Thanks, Siri.
Can you try again, please, Siri?
Thanks, Siri. And he says, Irina, I think you should take one of the other beds here. If Starfire, you intend to stay here. Others, I do not mind. Someone can certainly share my bed, not you, Fisk. But you will be safer in this chamber, I believe, than perhaps out closer to the door. And others should sleep out there to provide, warning should Anastasia and her fiends decide to enact their plan.
What plan, Cage? What do you know?
I have said too much. You must understand that what has been said to me is said in...
Your allegiance lies to us, not to Anastasia. Tell us what you know,
Oh,
man.
you must understand my allegiance does not belong to Anastasia. My allegiance belongs in the protection of Irina here.
Yes, so tell us what you know. Stop being a cagey little shit.
I have told you. Ludmilla has invited me up. The others were hospitable. Ludmilla and Strad, they engaged in some wild activities. Anastasia, Valenta, and then what can I say? But I spoke to Anastasia for some time over a candle in the corner, and her intentions for Irina became clear to me, even though she did not articulate it directly. She wishes ill
so
of Irina. For
where's Irina? Did you get rid of Irina while I was gone, Dunk?
No, she's in the room because Cage has asked her to sleep the night there with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's just
I can't
explaining.
see her.
He's just explaining now what happened when he went upstairs and how he
Okay.
sort of had an invite from Ludmilla. Then that sort of went cold because her and Strad went off, and then Anastasia sort of,
Oh, there she is.
came up to him and started to talk to him. And whilst he says I played along with her distrust, dislike, and clear jealousy of Irina, for she fears that Strad's true love, whilst Tatiana has died a long time ago, Strad the fool, such as all men are, believes that she is reincarnated into this peasant girl, this daughter of a mere baron of one of the towns in Barovia. But Irina, your life is at risk. If you know what is good for you, you'll stay close to me, because I can use powers beyond our imagination to keep you safe.
Not that Cage is bigging up his own self.
So Cage sort of says, look, there's room in my bed, Irina. you have my honor that I shall simply protect you. But of course, and he looks to the others of you. You're all welcome to stay, but I think we should sleep. But sleep lightly, for I fear that during the night, Anastasia may wish to break Strahd's truce.
Mm.
Hmm.
Fear not,
good to know.
Irina. You and I shall take the big bed.
And then shove Cage out onto the couch.
Yeah.
Now, Cage is already on one of the smaller beds. Starfire was originally going to sleep in the large bed. That's what she indicated to me, and then discovered Cage, and here we are. So, you guys tell me what your sleeping arrangements are. Cage is in his silky short nightshirt, and is beckoning Irina to join him in the sort of king single sides bed.
Yeah. No, you weirdo.
Can 3 of us fit into the big bed?
How many of you?
3.
Sure. What could go wrong with that?
Just be a little
Nothing.
bit cuddly.
Pillow fight. That's what could go wrong.
So who's sleeping in the big bed then?
Well, Starfire'd called dibs, but if it's easier, depends on whether Wolfra wants to share with Ia and Irina.
I was going to go back to the foyer room and just check that Anastasia hasn't broken in and maybe see if I can secure that outer door. But I'll be right back. I'll fit in wherever, except with old silky nightshirt.
Except with Cage. Fair enough.
Okay, so Wolfrel, do you go back out where?
Yes.
So just move your icon where you go. You go back out into that room, and then do you go back out the other door again?
I'm looking for Esmeralda to see if she followed us up successfully.
There's no sign of Esmeralda.
Hopefully we'll catch her at the carriage.
Can I go and look at the door, the outer door, and see if there's a way of securing it?
Yeah, sure. So just move up there.
Can I bar it with any furniture in here?
You certainly could, of course, if that's what you wish. It opens outwards though, but
Well, that's true. Not much point.
okay. So Wolfrel's out in the other room then, looking some 40 feet away. Cage now moves forward to you, Ia, and he beckons you, while Irina and Starfire are making arrangements for the bed, and Fisk seems self-interested in his own sleeping arrangements.
Of course he does.
He calls you over.
I walk over to him and yeah.
She's disappeared again. Do you think that, like, I'm not dressed for it, but do you think you should follow her? She went up those stairs before, and I don't think things have been the same since.
Really? I feel like she's pretty alright. She's always annoying me about Irina.
As you wish. And he lies.
You can follow her. Yeah, she's just outside. There's no one out there.
I am but in a silk nightshirt, my dear.
I know. We are all embarrassed for you. Off you go.
He lies back down and he says, "Till the morn, then." And he looks longingly at you here, not in a sort of weird way, but in a sort of like, as if he's saying, "I just spoke to you." He's like, he holds his gaze with you rather than looks longingly. He holds his gaze with you and then turns over and closes his eyes.
Righto.
The
So,
old double bluff.
Wolfrall, what are you? Sorry, are the rest of you just organising sleeping?
I just wrote down a brief plan of where I think everyone is sleeping. I thought that Irina would sandwich between Starfire and I.
Right. And what's the W? That's Wolfrall. And
Yeah.
where's Fisky sleeping?
I thought Fisky
Floor.
we could throw some pillows down because he's small.
Right.
Fisk is going to take first watch, but he's going to go back outside for the moment to follow up on what Wolfall's doing.
I'm just trying to work out if there's a way I can lock this door because it opens out. I can't really bar it with a piece of furniture very effectively.
Did you want to go have a look on the other side of the door to see what you could do? Perhaps to, set something against the stairs or something like that.
Should we go back down and check on Esmeralda?
Yeah, maybe we should. Do you
Because
think?
she never came up, and it's a bit odd.
Yeah, maybe Rahaden saw her. Maybe we should go and check on her.
I'll sneak stealthily back down the stairs.
Oop.
Oh, where did I go?
Oh, wait. So, Fisky, you're going to go back down the stairs.
I'm going to go back down. I'm stealthing back down.
Yep.
Just check on Esmeralda, who didn't appear to come up with us.
So you're going to go back out and all the way down. Okay, so I'm just going to move you over here. Wolfrall, what are you
Do
doing?
you want me to come with you?
Don't come for the moment, because I'll try to stealth down.
Okay. Well, yell out if you need help. Then.
Yeah.
And I'll listen from this room here.
And so you're staying in that room, the rest of you are getting ready to sleep, yep? So,
Yep.
not Irina. Nikki, Wolfrall, are you inside the room or outside the room, up the top of the stairs as Fisk goes down?
I'm in this room where my figure is right now as he goes down because I'm listening to make sure nothing happens to him.
Yep, so everyone else is in the sleeping chamber with Cage and his silky nightdress. You're at the top of the stairs in the middle of the tower as Fisk now creeps stealthily down, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, Maria and Maddie, see you soon.
Okay.
Check, yeah.
Check ya.
Right. You see Fisk disappear down below you, Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you soon too. Right. So you make your way down to the bottom. I'm not going to change the map. You make your way down to the bottom. And what do you do when you get to the bottom? Yeah, so there's no one there. And Esmeralda appears out of the shadows and says, "What's happening? What have you done? Have you made it upstairs safely?" Rahaden returned back up those stairs. I hid here. I do not believe he saw me. What do you mean by concern? Is this the man with the dark eye? He is one of Strahd's minions. Have you not seen it? Is he amongst you? You must not trust him. He has been sent. You do not understand. Before, when you were all... I was listening and I saw this orgy of... I saw Strahd and his lovers, and they were doing deeds to each other, and this man with the black eye, he was used by them, and he was commanded by them to kill all of you in your sleep tonight. You must kill him. As you know, I was on the floor above us, which came into the chamber. I had just come down from above where Strahd's bedrooms were. But... Oh, no, it was not Strahd. It was one of the women. He was to kill you all, but he was to ensure that Tatiana survived. This is most perplexing. I will wait here. I will wait in the dining room till dawn, and I shall meet you here at dawn. I've hidden here once before in the dining room. And she points across. You know how the dining room's right across from the stairs? Yeah. And do not trust him. He is going to kill all of you tonight. You must do what you must need to do. Okay, I'll get the others back. How do I get everyone back? Hang on. I thought I knew how to do that. Wait! I know! Oh, participants, here we go. Okay. Maddie, Nikki, Maria, ringing. Okay. Fisk returns up the stairs.
Hi, Fisk.
Hey, Waffle!
Fisk is back.
What happened?
Hang on, who asked that? Nikki?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I tell Nikki, well, Wolferall, that I found Esmeralda, and she confirms my gut feeling that Cage is not to be trusted.
Oh.
That
What does she know?
she claims she overheard the coveting with Strahd earlier on, and unbeknownst to Strahd, one of his female consorts commanded the black-eyed one to kill us all in our sleep.
Mm.
So,
Do you know which consort?
I think she said, what was one of the consorts' names?
Anastasia, Ludmilla.
I think she said Anastasia, but I'm not 100%. Maybe she only overheard. She may not have known either. But regardless, we'll be sending guards tonight.
Mm.
Mm.
Maybe we should ask Cage to sleep in the foyer. But then again, yeah, maybe we should all sleep in the bedroom and have a guard on him.
I think we're going to need guards at any rate. Oh, hang on. Are you back in the
No,
room?
these two are having a conversation at the top of the stairs.
No, damn it.
You're a chatty little fellow when you're not there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going to go on mute and shut up.
So do you think we should go back in and Because Cage is saying, I think he said Anastasia is the one who is likely to
Yeah.
break the truce. That's what makes me wonder if,
Well, I'll certainly be on guard duty.
yeah, I'll go on guard duty. I'm happy to share. Or do you think there should be more than one of us? Where if you might have someone turn up to help.
Yeah, I think we need 2 of us on duty.
Okay, let's do that.
So now the 2 of you, after your conversation, you return back into the guest quarters.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I've said to Wolf not to say anything in front of Cage, so
No.
we're not blurting anything out.
Mm-hmm. We're just going to not go to sleep and quietly, secretly be on watch. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yes.
once we get in close to them, I can whisper to the others directly that we need to watch Cage carefully. I have some information. I'm going to post some guards, but I'll send it telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so do you all enter back into the room?
Initially, yes, I definitely go into the room.
Okay, so Ia and Starfire, what are you guys doing now? You're muted, Maria.
We are cuddling, really cute with
Oh.
Irina.
I am going to
Maddie,
whisper to
Maddie,
ear.
stop it.
I'm
What?
going to whisper to ear that one of us should stay awake and stand guard and just be on the lookout in case Anastasia comes in, but not formal guard because then we make Cage suspicious.
But we don't know. Do we know yet?
We know that there's something wrong with Cage from the start, right? Because he went off with
No,
Stride, so we
so
don't trust him.
Maria, I've stepped into the room and I've
Okay.
telepathically told you that we are going to set guards.
Oh,
That
okay.
I've talked directly to you. That Cage is
Sweet.
not to be trusted. That I have some inside information. You can hear that, my voice in your head telling you that. So you don't need to be whispering out loud to anyone.
Okay.
Alrighty, so group cuddle.
And then are we scissors, paper, rocking it for who stays awake? How are we going to do this?
Wolfrill and I are going to stay awake initially.
Okay. And then do we take second watch then?
Potentially, yeah.
So it's about 1 a.m. that this all occurs. Dawn will be about 6, so there's 5 hours. Who is awake between 1 and 2?
Me.
Wolfrill? Do a Constitution saving
And
throw,
Fitz.
please.
Go.
After about 20 minutes, the darkness takes you. Who is next?
I was awake.
You were
too.
awake too? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were
did
always
say
Give
the
me a
2 of us.
Constitution saving throw. You notice that Wolfrill falls asleep after about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I wake her?
wake her.
Wolfrill,
Wolfrill
wake up.
snaps back into awakeness. How
Oh,
long are you
sorry.
staying awake for?
I'm going to stay awake for the rest of my shift. I'm going to stand up.
So it's now between 2 and 3. Who's awake now?
I'm going to wake up Maria. Okay, you're on duty now, and Wolfroll can go to sleep.
Wolfroll, sleep takes you quickly. Fisk, Constitution saving throw. You wake up Starfire, and then feeling that your duty is done, although you know you should stay awake, you just think, I'll just sit over here, and then suddenly darkness takes you. Starfire, Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I just woke up. I was going to go wake up Ear first. Can I wake up Ear?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, man.
Don't fuck this up.
Pressure.
You are awake. You notice that Fisk is snoring, leaning up against the bed, half sitting, half slumped.
Okay. I wake up Ear and go, I need somebody else on watch with me while he falls asleep.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw. Don't worry, Maddie, it wasn't like it was coming. You be okay there? You're good to go?
Yeah, my Beyond 20 just
Oh,
closed, and I just had to
that's
reopen it.
terrible.
It is terrible.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, it's now 3 to 4. Who's awake?
Me and
Okay.
Maria, I
Yeah.
guess.
One night, ultimate vampire.
I need both of you now to do Constitution saving throws.
Oh, you just don't trust us to stay awake, do
It's been
you?
a big day. Lots of
Alright.
wine.
It's a bit harsh.
I
Yeah.
didn't drink because I didn't trust anybody.
Ah, we're awake.
Aha! Yes. You both
Ah.
are. It is now 4 to
Can I
5.
copy?
No, sorry, no, it was 4 to 5. 5 to 6. It's now 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Who's awake?
Still us. We'll let the others sleep for another hour before we wake them up, and then we'll grab a
saving
couple of
throws.
hours. Sure.
Sure. Go on.
Come on. Oh! Thank God.
Woohoo!
Here, sleep comes as a warm embrace. Starfire,
I'm going to go get my claws and pinch Ear awake. And go, wake up. Wake up.
Do you want it?
Yeah, come on, slap, slap, slap.
as you're slapping, you realise Cage is standing. Everyone else is asleep.
Just scream, just be like, "Oi, motherfucker!"
Do
Are
I
you guys
notice-
good for another
hang on,
15
let me throw
minutes?
perspective.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
See you then. Hang on. How do I get rid of Maddie? Why have I... She's asleep. She's gone back to sleep. It's just you and me, Maria. Cage is standing up and he has a long... It's either a stake or a dagger, and he's moving towards Irina in the bed. What are you going to do? You got 4 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Roll initiative. Give me a 20. Give me a roll. Give me initiative. Mhm. Mhm. You got a 4. Okay. Cage goes first. He launches towards you. What's your armor class? I assume you stripped off all your armor. So okay, so what's your armor class? He takes a 14. He basically goes to grab you and grabs you and pushes you back. Can you do a dexterity saving throw? Yep, he pushes you, but it's ineffective. He stumbles and he reaches and you can see that he has like a wooden stake. And he lifts it up and he's about to stab it down. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to tell me what you're going to do. 3, 2. Alright, roll to hit. It was a melee, just any melee strike with any of your weapons. Yep, bang, okay. Yep, boom. You strike him and you do 8 damage to him. You knock the stake out of his hand and you see that it falls on the ground and you see that he doesn't seem himself and he turns towards you and he grins at you and you see that he has a couple of extra teeth. The stake is lying on the bed. You could reach it. Okay. Roll. No. Just roll. Roll unarmed. Unarmed strike. Yep. That makes it. So you get him. You've got the stake on his chest. The decision now is yours. Do you push it through? Okay. You stake it. Give me a dexterity saving throw. Ah, that is awesome. Yep. You land on top of him and you push the stake down through his chest and it penetrates back into his back. And it's at that point that now Cage is dead. Okay, I'll dial the other guys back in.
With the statue, and I couldn't figure out if I could do that because I wasn't a cleric.
Are we dead?
No.
So,
Thank God.
Ia,
Yeah.
you wake up to a gurgling scream and you see Cage on the bed, his silken nightgown drenching with blood, and you see Starfire with a wooden stake pushed into his heart.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You kind of missed a few things.
She looks up at you. She turns towards you and you see a darkness in her eyes.
Though I am crying
That
and
gives
upset
you
about this, I'd just like to
A
say.
pause to consider as to what the fuck happened and why did Starfire stick a dagger of wood through a defenseless and sleeping Cage.
Oh, harsh. Where is Cage? Where is Cage lying? Just to be really clear about
his
all of
bed.
this. In his
Remember?
bed.
I remember I
So
said.
I'll tell the.
What did
I'll
I
tell
say? I was pretty clear about that, Marie.
Okay. You said he stood up.
Nah,
He smiled at me.
did I?
Yeah, you said
Did
he
I?
stood up. Yeah.
Okay, sure. No worries.
You said he stood up, and when he smiled, he had extra teeth. Vampire fangs. And then he attacked me with the stake and pushed me back. And then I managed to avoid him. And so I reached for the stake on the bed that was next to me. Irina, of course, slept through all of this. And so then I staked him.
Jesus.
Mm.
So
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 quite worrying. If this is all
Cage
a mirage, I'm in trouble.
So Cage is in the bed under the sheet with Starfire on top of him, stake through the sheet, through his silken robe, into his chest, and Cage is dead.
He's in his bed.
Why is he under a sheet? Do we have a happy little goblin that's like feeding you the wrong messages?
So you're awake now, Ia.
Quite
Are
possibly.
you waking the rest of the guys? Actually, Bernard and Nikki, can I just get you to do a perception check, please, to see if you wake up to the kerfuffle?
Yes. That was a big conflict.
Oh, Wolfrel, you're totally awake. Fist, you're still asleep. That was easy. So Wolfrel, you wake up and you see basically Ear sort of beginning to stand up and sort of look around. You see Starfire on top of with either a dagger or a stake or something. You see Cage clearly dead in his bed, blood oozing still from his body.
Is Irina okay?
Irina is slowly waking up.
Is there anyone else in here?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, come on. I will feel really bad if I killed Cage under the guise of some mirage.
Yeah, there's no. You don't see anyone else. You see You see Fisk asleep directly south of you. You see Cage dead with Starfire over him. And Starfire, as you've awoken, Starfire is now beginning to slowly lift herself up. The dagger or the stake, whatever it is that seems to have thrusted itself directly into Cage's chest and heart, is still in the dim light, and as the lightning flashes through the sort of dim portals that there are in the wall, you can see that. Fisk asleep. Ear sort of standing up now, beginning to sort of wake up. And Irina sort of stirring, sort of just gently removing her arm from being around Ear. Because best friends forever.
Best friends forever.
I'll wake up Fisk as I go towards Starfire.
So Fisk, you basically now wake up, and you really there's just a shit fight of calamity going on. There's a lot of blood, and Cage is dead.
Can we investigate Cage's body and see if we can find where he would have been taken by a vampire after hearing Starfire going, oh, he's a vampire, he's a vampire?
So first, can I just say Starfire? So the rest of your crew are now awake. Fisk, you've pinned back down to the bed and killed, as per our conversation earlier. With
Cage I killed.
Oh, sorry, Cage. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
What do I want to do? I'm just going
stake
to
driven firmly
recount.
into his heart. You see the others sort of standing up. You hear some, oh, darlings, Phaser. Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I'll just tell Fisk as he wakes up what happened, what I saw, and how it all went down as well. I'll just repeat the same story I told Wolfroll.
Well, that's good. I did say to cut his throat when we first walked in.
Okay. Note, Fisk seems very understanding.
So
Okay, now, Maddie
I think
and
he is
Nikki, what
onto
do you guys
something.
want to do? So, Starfire has
want
now stood
to-
up and stepped back. There's a
I want to investigate his body and see if we can find where he would have been turned, where he would have been bitten.
All right, what are you looking for?
Bite marks.
Where on his body?
I'm investigating his whole body. I've just like gone, what the fuck? And because we checked his neck after he did
So you're
his
checking
little
everywhere?
dance. Yeah.
Right. You don't find any bite marks.
Uh-oh.
We do an Arcana check and detect if there was magic used.
You can do an Arcana check, like check if there was magic. Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Is he definitely dead? I guess he's
Do a medicine
definitely
check,
dead.
please, Nikki.
Yeah, if he's a werewolf, a stake through the heart won't kill him because he was a lycanthrope, right? Lycanthrope?
There's no pulse. He's not breathing.
Doesn't mean much in this place.
Okay, Maddie, you've checked everywhere, and despite being reasonably impressed, you don't find anything else.
Just don't know what's going on. He couldn't have been a vampire. He hasn't been bitten.
So
Well,
where did you see him, Starfire? Where was he standing in the room?
I can't remember. Where was he standing? I just remember him standing, showing me teeth, and he had a stake in his hand, and he was going for Irina. So
How did
it
you
must
get the
have been
stake?
towards in the end of the bed. Well, he had the stake in his hand, and he was lunging for Irina. So I fought him. The stake dropped, and then when it was my turn, I picked up the stake and I plunged it. But I don't understand why I'm somehow over his body in a bed when I staked him near our bed. This is all very, very confusing.
It is indeed.
So, Maddie, you've checked all the body for bite marks, yep? Okay.
Can we check? Is there anything else I should be looking for? Any other holes or marks?
Or... Oh! Fuck!
I know, I was waiting. Shall we check for teeth?
So what do you do?
Open his mouth.
Open his mouth?
Yeah.
Just check Facebook Messenger, Manny.
As I look into his mouth, that you just see my face like drop. And I just look up at Starfire and I just think, what the fuck?
Does that mean there's no pointy teeth?
No pointy teeth.
Well, that would lead me to think that someone cast a spell. And poor Cage was at the end of it then. But why would the spell affect me in such a way that it would have me fight Cage and kill Cage? Why would it not make me kill Irina if that was their target? Why Cage?
I don't know.
That's
Do you think it has anything to do with your little dolly?
my symbol?
Mm-hmm.
Can I look in the outer room and just see if there's anyone out there casting spells?
Sure. So you go through the room.
Is it? Yeah.
So Wolfrall.
And Fisk's heading that way because it's dawn now. I'm gonna tell everyone I've got to go down and find Esmeralda, as I said I would meet
Oh,
with her.
it's just after 5. Dawn hasn't cracked.
Okay, I'll wait then.
Is there any sign of anyone having been in here?
Give me a perception check. Nothing looks out of place.
Hmm.
And I'll just check at the next door as well.
Okay. What are you going to do?
Again, just look around to see if there's a sign of anyone having been here or being here, including that painting on the wall. Whether there's anything different about
Give
it.
me an investigation. As you look around the room, you realise that the rug towards the south is now raised about an inch in a sort of perfect square in the middle of it.
I'll beckon to Fisk.
Fisk is
Come
in the
over.
other room. He's not there. You can't beckon to him.
I'll go back and beckon to him.
Fisk, you see Wolfrall return into the room and beckon towards you.
I'll head over to her.
Okay.
Oops.
When he comes out, I'm going to just... Sorry, I'm snapping everywhere. I'm just going to point to it without saying anything or making any noise.
So Fisk, you can see clearly this rug that covers the top of the sort of 10-foot area, the top of the stairs that you've gone down and up where you went to see Esmeralda, and all of you came up.
Yep.
It's raised in a perfect sort of 10-foot square, about an inch, as if something's popped up.
The whole rug, or just within the rug?
Within the rug.
The trap door under a rug.
Are you there?
No,
Yeah.
I'm listening to the DM. That's
Then
what I'm doing.
you need refocusing, mate.
Oh my god.
Shall we
Shall we?
move the rug?
Do we need to get some of the? Yeah, let's just get the rug.
So what are you going to do?
I will step back and pull my bow out and indicate to Wolfrall to pull the rug.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'll do.
So you pull it, and it kind of pulls back.
Like it's attached.
Like it didn't like being pulled.
Uh-oh.
Can I try to lift it and flip it back?
Yeah, give me a strength saving throw. You don't lift it, but you certainly pull it. And you've pulled it about 4 feet. And whilst it hasn't completely uncovered everything, but you can now see that there's a 10-foot square mechanism or something that's popped up. And it seems to be covering half a kind of trapdoor. But the trapdoor has been popped up about an inch. Sorry, the whole thing's been popped up an inch. So there's like, what you can now see is that out of the floor has risen this sort of thing, and it's about about an inch up out of the floor, and you can just see half a trapdoor. Well, yeah, it's not a trapdoor, but half a sort of hatch in the top of this thing that's popped up.
So it's like the rug was laying over this thing, but it hadn't closed properly when
Yeah,
it's
correct.
shut
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or somehow it's just sort of popped up now. It certainly wasn't the case earlier, because you would have noticed it when you came earlier this evening and when you were checking out this room. So between when you first arrived and now, this thing's popped up by an inch. You're pretty certain of that.
Can I get the rug off the rest of the way?
Yeah, you can now pull the rug off, but the rug doesn't seem overly happy about it.
Mm.
An unhappy rug.
Well, I think the rug's been magically set to protect the trapdoor. I suspect.
Starfire might need this rug to roll something up in.
Can I do an Arcana check
Yeah.
on the rug?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Yeah, you kind of feel that the rug sort of, really wants to smother the fuck out of you, but it's kind of like on a leash. But
Okay.
come back tomorrow, we're fucking in business, baby.
Damn it.
Yeah, so you can see this sort of 4-foot trapdoor with sort of recessed iron hinges and an iron ring built into the opposite side of the hinges. Now in the floor.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Well,
Do you think
I think we should get the others before we do anything else.
And Wolfrilla,
Agree.
you turn round and you sort of look back at the portrait, you might recall.
Mm-hmm.
It's really difficult. There we go.
Yes.
On the opposite wall. And you really feel like the eyes are watching you. Maria, it's late. It's the morning now. What are you doing? You're the one yawning. Jesus
I know.
Christ. Maddie's struggling
I
to stay
know.
awake.
Sorry, I had a bad.
Look at her. What's going on? You should be like, you're young. You're like, do, you know.
I worked on a Sunday. I had to deal with the general public.
Alright.
Ooh,
You should have let me know that
shocking.
earlier. I would have given
Yeah.
you a +1 on your rolls.
Sorry.
Alright. So 2 minutes to go. Let's say we'll go for another 6 minutes to 10:15. So what are you guys going to do? What's happening? What's happening in with Maria and Maddie?
Well, we're just kind of like going, what the fuck is going on? Irina is just freaking out. I'm assuming. And I'm just looking at Starfire like, have you just fucked up? And we're just sitting in there going, I don't know what's going on. What are you doing? Blah, 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 waiting for these two to come and tell us about their little find.
So Starfire, what's happening with you?
Starfire's just confused and remorseful because she's killed a party member, but believes she must have been under a spell or some sort of geese because she knows what happened. And to her, she was protecting Irina. So she'd like to find out why, but she's waiting for the others to come back. I'm going to do the monk thing and do stillness of mind.
And wash your hands of the blood. Right, Maddie.
And
Anything
wash my
else?
hands.
Irina's sort of stirred, as I said. looking.
Yeah, we're just talking, just being like, what the fuck? What did you do? I don't understand what's going on. I'm looking at Cage, like freaking out. And Irina's just like, you know, stuck.
Okay, Wolfroll and Fisk.
We're going to head back in
So
to let the others know
you've
about the trap
pulled
door.
the rug out, and the trapdoor
Yep.
with the recessed hinges and the pull handle. You're leaving. Yep.
Do you want me to stay here and just keep an eye on it while you let the others know?
Yeah, I'll just go and let them know before we
So Fisk, you're going to go back in,
continue on. Yeah, correct.
and Wolfroll, you're going to stay out.
And-
Yeah.
I'm going to stand in this doorway where I can see the portrait and the trapdoor. So
Yeah.
here, like in this doorway.
And Fisk, you're going back in.
Yeah. I will zip into here to
What are
let
you
the
going to tell
others
the
know
others? Go.
that we've found something odd in the entryway. Looks like possibly trap door.
Dun dun dun. Color us intrigued.
So what do you guys do? Do you leave Cage and go look at this trapdoor, or do you stay?
Yes. Well, he's dead. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Is he?
Well,
Pulse. No breathing.
Is
we'll
he?
take Irina with us.
Sounds dead to me. He's got a little X on him.
Sounds
Yeah, but-
undead to me.
But Cage is also, he got bitten by a werewolf, so a stake through the heart wouldn't kill him. He might appear dead, but he's probably going to come back to life pretty soon.
Why wouldn't a stake through the heart kill a werewolf? It's still through the werewolf's heart. The werewolf should be dead.
I thought they could regenerate from things like that, though. Maybe not. I thought only silver could kill a werewolf.
I don't know. Just hypothesizing. Never met
I
one.
don't know.
So, are you now
Hard to
all
tell.
out in the entryway with the rug and
Yeah.
this trapdoor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're coming up.
Okay,
Ah, stupid thing.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Including Irina. Yep.
Yeah.
We're all here.
Okay, what do you guys do?
We want someone to pull that door up.
Trapdoor.
I'll just mention that this portrait seems to be watching. I know that sounds weird, but
Okay.
it seems to be watching.
So it's about 5:45
Can I,
a.m. 15 minutes before sunrise.
can I take it off the
Beg your
wall?
pardon? No,
Can I
you
take the
can't.
portrait off? We
You-
tried that already, didn't we?
it's 5:45 a.m. What are you guys going to do?
Pulling the rug back,
A
opening the
4 by
trapdoor.
4 foot trapdoor opens, and you look down into a 10 foot by 10 foot room with bars all around it. Can I just get you all to do a perception check, please?
Mm-hmm.
Room with bars around it. Okay.
Bernard, Facebook Messenger.
Okay. On my phone. Okay. As in the cagey thing from the elevator shaft. So I'll say that to the others. This looks suspiciously like the elevator carriage that flew past us when we were upstairs.
Really?
Really?
And with that, we will call it
Hmm.
a night. Thank you all.
That's very
Thank
intriguing.
you.
Thanks, Duncan.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you. That's
I feel bad for Cage. Is he really dead? He's got a red cross on him, Dunk.
Hopefully.
he's probably crawled under the other rug in the bedroom while we're gone.
Well, it's one of those things where we did say we couldn't trust him. So
Hmm. There was something weird going on.
there is something very strange going
Maybe
on.
we need to investigate him further before we.
Maybe we tie him up so that his body, he's unable to get out of whatever restraints we put him in case he's still alive.
Alrighty, well, thank you.
Thanks, everybody. That was fun. I've been typing the notes directly into OneNote, so
Awesome.
hopefully you will see them there.
Thanks for doing
Hopefully. That's
that.
okay.
Notes.
Just hard to, now that it's not in a Word doc, I can't do quick checks, which is really annoying. But anyway, it's all good. But yes, thank you, everybody. And thanks to Dunk, who's missing. Thanks,
Just
Dunk. Thanks for
listening,
all
you
the
know,
help
it's
and
always
work and
helpful
prep.
to disappear and listen to the players discuss to get great ideas to fuck with you. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, cool. Great. Love that.
exactly. Cool.
Alrighty,
Thanks,
well,
guys.
see you guys later.
Have
Bye,
a good
everyone.
one.